exactly I'm saying it practically. Because I've been asking a question they have not answered.
Why
did they not build it to take the big bodies, the avion bridges?
Yes.
And it was obviously a design error. The Chinese should never be allowed to start. How can you build a terminal for an international airport without, provision for avion bridges that can take the big body planes? How? So you can see the practical problem here now. So I don't know whether fund was carried along. I don't know whether the procurement was just done straight with the Chinese people to build it. But then you can see why they are not using the new international terminal. I think we can all see it. We can all see why we're not using it. Look at it. So obviously, it's obvious that the big bodies was coming through here. Yes. And bet there, right? And anchor there. And you see, that's why I said they should stop, for me to see how the practical problem we are facing. So we must have demolition of here and here. They must go. We must relocate here and here. So that you see it also from the other side. Yes, I need to see it. I need to see it. Time error. Because when they say they are supposed to taxi in here, taxi in here, and then so that we can use them. So obviously you have a height there. That is, they can remove some of those glasses and then bring the avion bridges to anchor them, anchor those places. Why? It's easy to process and then come to the avion bridges, right? For departure. Let them come to the avion bridges and let the buses be here. As they are coming down, so they can still have the normal, or go to gate 3, gate 4, which is normally used for departure, not arrival. The gates are used for departure, more or less. Arrival can come through the normal door. You don't need to bring gate 1 and gate 2. So you can now still process them through the gates. Because the avion bridges are linked to the gates. Yes. Am I correct? They are linked to the gates. So let them come to the avion bridges here and come down here and use the bus. Is there any security implications for that? Safety? And for the arrival, we have the open bay. Vehicles can come, bring the passengers and use. You have only one door. We should say this here. Because of the practical explanation you can see. Watch it. You can see that the major complaint of Nigerians coming into, or foreigners coming into the country, has been with this old terminal. Look at the old terminal there. You can see the old terminal there. That place is an eyesore, really, to Nigerians coming in. The lifts are not working. The passage coming in, it's very, unwelcoming. No air conditioning, nothing. And we have this new terminal that the Chinese built since. But let Nigerians know that why they've been asking why are they not using this new terminal. The simple reason is that I don't know how this new terminal was designed without a provision to take the big planes.
Bring that down, Mike.
So I don't know what happened. I've been asking questions as to how they will design an international gateway like the Lagos airport, Lagos terminal, without a provision to take the big planes. So you don't have the avion bridges that can link to the big planes. I hope you understand. Yes. That has been the problem why we have not been using this new terminal, and Nigerians have been asking that question. Meanwhile, 60% of the revenue of FAN comes in from the Lagos gateway. The Lagos gateway is one of the major gateways into the country. And that is the first impression you get when you get to the country. So what is the solution to this? I have said we must use what we have for now. Whilst I've told them that I'm giving them international airlines and all the other airlines till the 1st of October to move from there, move from the old terminal to this new terminal. And now what we are going to do temporarily, we are going to shut down the old terminal and sort out all the issues regarding the renovation of the old terminal. There are issues already on the ground before I came, concession and all of that. For now, I have suspended all of that until I brief Mr. President as to what is happening regarding all of those noises going on, including the issue of the Nigerian Air. I have given directive to suspend everything until I brief Mr. President fully. The duty I owe Mr. President is honesty. He brought me here for me to correctly advise him. And so I'm looking at all the agreements and everything that was signed to correctly inform Mr. President. I owe my total loyalty to the Nigerian people to have the best of the services, aviation services, and to Mr. President. And that's what we are doing. So for now, the temporary arrangement we want to make is that for the comfort of Nigerians, we have to find a way to use this, the new terminal built by the Chinese, even without the planes, the big bodies coming in to use there's no aviation bridge for them to use, the jet bridges for the passengers to pass. So like it's done in many other countries, we are going to do emergency procurement to buy the big buses. And so we are going to put them in buses and move them to where the planes they stop, the big planes stop, in an orderly fashion, both arrival and departure. So Nigerians can have some kind of comfort with this new facility. The long-term plan is that we are going to find a way to build aviation bridges for the big bodies coming in. And that means, of course, and that is where we stopped the first time, some of those private terminals, those private hangars, they have to go. For public purpose, they have to go. We have to relocate them. If we have to do anything for them, we will relocate them so that we can have a functional, beautiful gateway to Nigeria. But right now, I'm giving them to the 1st of October to shut down the old terminal, and we can use this new facility by this arrangement that we are putting on the ground. Thank you.
May we ask a few questions? Just one or two, sir.
Yes.
No, Kevin, it's not right.
Not now. We'll do a final one. But this is for practical purpose, so that you can see. I don't want to live here. So because you have not processed them. You have to process them inside here. Now look at this gateway. When you bring them, stamping their passport, arrival.
So when you bring them, you then need security.
Immigration and all that will be
They are already coming from sterile area. So it's just for them to go come and go into the terminal itself.
All these are switches on. Just to be sure. Let it happen, just make it happen. For Nigeria, let Nigerians see the difference. Coming in here is far better than that place where we are. Let's just make it happen. Make it happen. Look at the atmosphere coming in alone here. And then, because of the traffic, we have to maintain these facilities. MD,
Yes, sir.
get a good maintenance culture, because the traffic is going to be much here now. For your escalator, there's a lift too apart from escalator.
Yes, sir.
Yes, please, get a good maintenance culture. But this is a far better entrance because of the traffic that is coming here now. What arrangement do we have for maintenance?
We have currently the Chinese are the ones, but I know that the contract for maintenance of Lagos terminal has not been signed.
Please, if you don't have a camera, can you move from the front of the minister, please?
One, the central cooling system. Let me have your plan for maintenance of this new place. If the Chinese have handed over after 1 year, let us know what we have on ground for the maintenance of the central cooling system for people coming into the country. 2, the lighting. And 3, the carousels. The belts that bring out the bags. Let us have your plan for those three issues for arrivals. Within the next 1 or 2 weeks, let me have it.
All right.
Because that's the major complaints of people, of Nigerians coming in and other people coming in. Let us give them some comfort, please. Huh? You know people are going to lose revenue. People are going to lose revenue there. I don't have interest in anything. I don't have interest in any shop, anybody. But consider giving them the right of first refusal here. So that they don't lose. They are not here. I don't know how you're going to work it out.
Some of it taken, but we just have to.
Okay, those people there. I don't want to put people on that group too. People who are earning their small daily bread there. Consider accommodating them. I don't know how you, but that's your business. Consider them. Consider. I'm saying this publicly.
It's no problem.
I have no interest in anything. Okay, just consider accommodating them. Yeah. Those who are going to lose revenue and their daily bread at the old place. Please. Okay. Are these dysfunctional? So they have never been used. So when we have a breakdown of we are going through our last one.
Look at sister, we have features. We are also. No. Now let me take my story from.
Stop it. It's already total overhaul. Let us discuss. There's a problem. Let us just come and discuss. Let's come and discuss. We will not take it away from them. We will not take it away from them. But what we want to do now, total overhaul. That's it. With all of this, you say you are giving contract for new carousels and all that. That is how they have been eating money for many years down. I will not be here for that. When we did total overhaul, you say you are giving contract for one or two things. After that 1 year, you break down again. No. We won't deprive them of anything, but let us come and talk. We are talking of total overhaul, not this tokenistic thing. Go and repair this, go and repair that. We are just doing procurement for people to be eating. That's all. Let's not do that. And then I have not ordered demolition of anything. But Nigerians should understand why we have not been enjoying our airport facility. It's because of certain private interests that are disturbing the big bodies to come in, the big aircraft to come in, and we have to give way to expand both the taxiway and the aprons for them to pass. That's all we are saying. Is that what I said? Yes. That's all I said.
Let's move.
Doesn't make sense? Doesn't make sense now. Doesn't make sense. If you are doing a total overhaul, central, look at us now. Look at how we are sweating here. Look at how Nigerians are feeling when they come into the country. Look how we are sweating here. And you say you are giving contract to just do small things here. That's not the point. Let's do a total overhaul of this place. A total overhaul. Instead of all these small contracts we are giving out here. Look at this, is not befitting at all. Please. Move.
This place is even good.
You can still use it. start here.
Don't get some security here. Because you have not protected them. You have to protect them inside here. Right? Now look at this gateway. When you bring them, stamping their passport, arrival.
So when you bring them, you then need security.
Immigration and all that will be
They are already coming from a sterile area. So it's just for them to come and go into the terminal itself.
All these are security zones. Just to be sure. Let it happen, just make it happen. For Nigeria, let Nigerians see the difference. Coming in here is far better than that place where we are. Let's just make it happen. Make it happen. Look at the atmosphere coming in alone here. And then, because of the traffic, we have to maintain these facilities. MD,
Yes, sir.
get a good maintenance culture because the traffic is going to be much here now for your escalator. There's a lift too apart from escalator.
Yes, sir.
Yes, please, get a good maintenance culture. But this is a far better entrance than anything. And guess what? Plaster here with advance, please. Plaster all of here. Plaster all here with advance. Okay. All here. Plaster all of here. Yeah. Now within the next 2 weeks. One, the central cooling system. Let me have your plan for maintenance of this new place. If the Chinese have handed over after 1 year, let us know what we have on ground for the maintenance of the central cooling system for people coming into the country. 2, the lighting. And 3, the carousels. The belts that bring out the bags. Let us have your plan for those 3. For those 3 issues for arrivals. Within the next 1 or 2 weeks, let me have it.
All right.
Because that's the major complaints of people, of Nigerians coming in and other people coming in. Let us give them some comfort, please. Huh? Are these dysfunctional? So they have never been used. So when we have a breakdown, when we have a breakdown issue, we have immediate response. Any company will give it to you, have somebody here. We will be calling them for 1 week before they say they are looking for this.
They usually have the resident engineer.
Right.
So this place is active. So we'll just go. This way.
Not foreign, just about let them come. No, yes, I mean, so yes, we want to.
Okay.
Before you do that, is that we are here where they call the graveyard. This is where they put unserviceable planes, and they have been here for so many years, like I am told. I also understand that several of them went to court, and the cases have ended one way or the other. So the first directive I am giving, I've told the MD fan, is that all of these aircrafts here, these dead aircrafts that are totally unserviceable, you cannot park them on the facility of the federal government. You cannot park them perpetually on the facility of the federal government. We want to expand the apron here. And so we have 3 months for all those who have unserviceable aircraft here. We are giving them 3 months to come and take away their aircraft. After which we shall be at liberty to do away with these aircrafts, because we want to expand our aprons to this place. So please, I've told the MD fan, get in touch with all of those. MD, sir. Yes, I've told the MD fan, get in touch with all of those who have their unserviceable aircrafts here. We want to expand this apron, please. Yes, 3 months, they should come and remove all the aircraft here, or we will dispose of these aircrafts, because it is our facility and they are hampering development here, where we have to expand our aprons. Thank you.
Can we go ahead now, sir?
Yes, please.
Like I was saying, my name is Kevin Osakumba, report for me.
So I have given a directive that we should completely shut it down and use the new terminal that can also take the traffic. Now, what was the problem? And I've said it before, I'll repeat it again. The problem with the old terminal was that they did not take into consideration the big airplanes that will come in and anchor with the avion bridges that will take passengers into arrival. The space is not enough, and I've said that why the space is not enough is that there are private hangars there that cannot allow the planes to come in, and that is why we are not enjoying our new terminal. And the question I've asked is that why did somebody approve such a project Why? Why did somebody actually approve such a without approving the total reconstruction of the places where the big bodies will anchor for the jet bridges to come and disembark and passengers. So, as a stopgap measure, we have said, just like it's done in so many countries, we are going to get buses, do some emergency procurement so that we can, in an orderly manner, board passengers and disembark passengers and also bring them to arrival and take them through departure to the aircraft in an orderly fashion in buses, in big buses. That's what we want to do for now as a temporary measure. And then guess what? Why did I say we should shut down the old terminal for now? Because you cannot even carry out major repair works. And that is what has been the problem. Over the years, because you cannot shut it down for total overhaul, they do things that are so tokenistic. Oh, today repair roll light here, repair this color, so because they know that they are using it on a daily basis, so it's difficult to carry out a comprehensive overhaul. Even for those who are fighting over concession now, I hope you know they are fighting over concession for that place now. How can they even carry out repairs? How? Even if they win the concession, how? So please, let us get it clear. We have not ordered any closure of anywhere. We just want to use the new terminal and find a new way by which we can, board passengers and of course, passengers can disembark for processing. That's what we are doing.
So what is your view about the second runway, the international runway you went to? What's your view about it?
Well, you can see that most of the approach lines all the approach lines were stolen, and that's why they are not using it now. We got a Nigerian who we not paid, but who was repairing the runway for us. And at some point, he ran out of money, and we have to pay him to finish the patch of the international. That's the international runway, actually, and it is not acceptable at all that a country like Nigeria and a major, inroad, like Lagos, a major gateway like Lagos, you have one, runway. I've said it before, that 60%, more than 60% of our revenue, or fund revenue, comes from Lagos. That's why I'm starting from Lagos. 60%.
Okay, sir, let's get this clear. You gave a deadline. You said 1st of October.
Not 1st of October. Yes, before the 1st of October.
Yes, foreign airlines.
Their counters should move to the new terminal. The counters where they check in passengers.
Yes.
What's difficult about that?
It's not about being difficult.
We have 60 points.
Yeah.
We have 60 points in the new terminal there. 60 check-in points. Okay. And I'm sure you went through it, so you saw it yourself. Yes. So most of them are not in use. You have those check-in counters that are not in use. Most of them are not in use. And then we are struggling with an old building there that is smelly and leaky and a complete disgrace to our country. So that's why I said they should use the new facility. So if the only problem was, like I said, boarding of passengers, then let us find a way out of it.
So the challenge is the logistics, getting buses.
We will get them
from within the given period.
I am here to do it. I'm here to do it.
But sir,
I am coming with a private sector mentality. Yeah. I'm not a
Please, we want you to dwell on that private sector driven aviation system.
Yes.
What's going to drive it?
Get things done with very less bureaucracy. It's as simple as that.
Sorry, Honorable Minister.
That is the simple definition.
Sir, Minister, you consistently talked about revenue generation,
Yes.
Revenue generation.
FAN is a revenue generating agency.
We all know
and we have
that
to optimize their capabilities.
We know the hallmark of aviation is safety.
Yes.
What are your plans for enhanced safety in the Nigerian aviation industry?
Now, you know too that with the new NCA Act that was passed in 2022, there should be very less interference, political interference in safety matters.
Yes.
So don't expect me to interfere in safety. That is complete NCAA.
Good.
And they are totally responsible and answerable to ICAO.
Good.
So I'm not going to interfere in safety.
Beautiful.
One of my cardinal programs will just be to ensure that NCAA enforces their rules and regulations to the hilt. That is my duty, and I back off. But I will not interfere.
Okay,
in
sir.
matters of regulation.
Okay, sir. What assurances are you giving Nigerians and to those of us who are here that the directive that you have given thus far, going round, saying some things that you are not comfortable with, what assurances are you giving us that these things will be done? Because over time, ministers have come, they've inspected, but at the end of the day, what they say, is not done.
This is a simple matter.
Okay.
I either get sacked by Mr. President or somebody who is responsible gets sacked. So it's a matter of who dies first. Mr. President will sack me. And so the person that is not making my work easy, if they don't want, it will be fired. It's as simple as that. I'm here at the pleasure of Mr. President. And I owe my total loyalty to the Nigerian people and to Mr. President. And you know how I became minister. Mr. President himself decided at the last minute to make me minister. Okay. And so he expects a lot from me, and the Nigerian people expect a lot from me. And I'm sure that you know that if you count 3 ministers that have been shouting about since the airport, myself is number 1. So I want to disappoint many naysayers. I want to disappoint them. They want to see me in full flight. They have not seen me before. They will see me in full flight.
You said you briefed the president about some projects that were handed over by the previous administration, which is continuing. I just wanted you to clarify. So the public gets...
Who says it's continuing? Who told you that?
Okay.
Why are you putting words in my mouth?
Okay, sir. Clarify on those projects.
They are not continuing. Nothing is continuing.
Okay.
So don't go and put headline that I stopped continuity.
So I wanted you to just
there
give
are some
light
things
to
that
it.
Nigerians, I am responsible, totally responsible to the feelings of Nigerians.
Okay.
We have not cancelled anything.
Okay.
We have not cancelled anything. We have only suspended some things that people complain about. We must be very, very responsive to the feelings of Nigerians. Right. Even if something is good, but is not transparent, because Nigerian people must know the processes by which you give out their commonwealth. Nobody owns all of this. Not myself, not Ashiwaju, not anybody. It's the commonwealth of Nigerians. And so Nigerians must be aware of how you give out their commonwealth to individuals in the name of concessioning. They must be aware. Don't shroud this in secrecy. Tell the National Assembly who are oversighting us, let them know, who are representing Nigerian people too, and let them know through you that this process was transparent and we got the best deal for Nigerians. And that is why I have directed that all of those concessions should be suspended until I brief Mr. President.
Okay. Clear.
Air Nigeria should be suspended. I have directed Nigerian Air until I brief Mr. President. It's as simple as that. To make sure that the processes followed were transparent. And that is why some people were questioning my being appointed aviation minister. 90% of why I'm here is about laws and regulations. And that we are interpreting better for Nigerians to understand. And being here, I am trapped between diametrically opposed absolutes and interests. If you go here, here we complain. If you go here, here we complain. That is why, that is this office. I'll give you one example. This is not my full press briefing on where I'm going. I'll give you an example. People have been complaining about our buses, some of our buses.
Yes.
And the airline operators came and look, you can't come under a basa, a foreign airline, and be hopping from one city to the other within Nigeria, picking passengers, and it affects their local operations. And I said, fine, I'm prepared to protect the rights of local operators. In fact, it's one of my cardinal, objectives, because we have to develop the industry. We have to protect and support our local operators. It's going to be, but they must give me comfort too, and give the Nigerian people comfort. So that's the problem. I've told them. You said you are complaining about those buses. Yes, okay, yes, I will look at them. But can you, for instance, get into an agreement with foreign airlines, whereby you get into, whether you sign connectivity agreement with them, pick passengers from Kano and connect them in Lagos. And then they are waiting for you at delaying 4 hours. Can you do that? Can you give me that comfort before I can look at those buses for you? If they sell 30 business class, for instance, a foreign airline to pick passengers for Kano and then connect through Abuja, and they are in Abuja waiting for you. Can you give us the 30 business class in your aircraft? Can you? Give me those comfort. I will protect you, but tell the Nigerian people you can perform. I'm clear as to where I'm going. I have to balance all of these interests.
Yeah.
It's just one of the so many things I'll tell you later. But I'm looking at all of those issues before I come to a decision.
Okay. Honorable Minister, sir, you mentioned...
And then the delays, just before the delays. If I want to protect you, I want to fight for you, for the local airlines. What about the Nigerian people who are complaining about your delays, cancellation of flights? What we have to do in terms of provision of Jet A1, making sure it's available for them and all of that, we'll do our best to make sure those things are available. But then you also have to be responsible to the Nigerian people. And at some point, I will tell them, let us draw the line. If you abuse the rights of passengers, you will pay. The regulations are there, we're not enforcing them. As to when you cancel flights, you delay flights, you pay some, compensation to passengers. Nobody's enforcing that. At some point, I'll give them some breathing space. I will enforce it.
Okay. In
this job, I'm just telling them, this is a note to all of them. I have so many friends. But in this job, they will see my red eye. I have no friends. I'm only responsible to the Nigerian people. And absolute loyalty to Mr. President. That is why I'm here.
Yeah. Honorable Minister, sir, thank God you've spoken about the airlines and what you intend to do.
Rules for this, people. I'm telling you that one of my cardinal principles is to protect them. Without them, there will be no Minister of Aviation. Without a budding private, airline business in Nigeria. Government does not own any, so almost 100% of private airlines are, private persons. I mean, airlines are private persons. So we will sit down with them and say, what can I do to protect you? At the same time, requiring that you also give the best to Nigerians, hold you to the highest standards that are obtainable all over the world. If I want to fight and protect you, you must also raise your standards. It's as simple as that. Let's balance it up. So, if they will see a vocal aviation minister, as they are talking, I'm talking. As they are talking, I'm talking. So that nobody will blackmail me. I'll be clear as to my position. They will be so we are ready for this.
Sorry, from me. Honorable, before you started, you initially talked about the aircraft graveyard and the 3 months ultimatum.
Yes.
Now, the reality is, this is just the truth. 90% of these aircraft are under litigation. I don't know how you're going to bypass some of this.
The phone don't go up again. No.
Okay.
They've talked about it.
We'll look at them one by one.
Always been issued.
We'll look at them one by one. We'll look at them.
Thank you.
Nobody tells me that. Litigation will not tell me that in my premises I cannot move something from one place to the other if it's endangering lives. I want one judge to tell me that I cannot move something that is endangering lives in my premises. In my premises. This is my job in the last 30 years.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Yeah, Wale, see your phone.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.